grip, a useful exercise in picking. The verse illustrates quite well what's going on throughout, which is Jean-Jacques is switching between playing straight eighths with just downstrokes with bursts of alternate picking. So the first bar is for the rest, the other 13 times through I think it is, he's playing so with that in mind, I think it makes most sense to go through all the parts just as the main eighth notes, which is all there is. There's nothing different going on with the left hand. All he's doing is doubling up certain notes, certain sections. So the verse pattern is pretty straightforward. To the chorus. Here we've got a couple of runs that he switches around again at will. A lot of this is just like Lego, plug and play. You drop the little variations in as and when. So 8th fret on the A string, 7th, 8th and 10th on the D. Also goes up to 7th fret on the G string for the little other run. First one is the other one is then back to G, and then it repeats, and just varying those two little shapes. The end, there's two variations on the end. First one where it goes back into the verse, which is just exactly the same as well, they're both exactly the same as we had before. So the end going back into the verse would be just the same phrase twice. Going into the bridge, the bridge is really straightforward. This just stays in eighths the whole time. The first two bars are just open D, straight eighth notes. It's a 4-bar pattern that's repeated 4 times. As I say, the first 2 bars are just open Ds throughout. The second 2 bars have slight variations. The first one being a second one, just a simpler version of that. Third one, and the last one every time, which is leading into the keyboard sort of interlude section, moves down to G. Which takes us on to that keyboard bit, probably the most interesting thing in the bass, apart from the picking. A little shape, open 4th, 5th, and then back to the 4th on the D string, then same on the A, variation on that, C on the 8th string, E and F, 2nd and 3rd on the D string, and the last one open E, 5th and 6th on the E. So and again, 4-bar sequence, that stays the same throughout every repetition. The last two bars, there are again variations. The first one being the next three are all pretty similar. Third fret on the E, the A, and fourth and fifth on the A. The fourth one being it's a little bit awkward to get from that F, I've noticed, back to the D cleanly. I'm struggling with that. You might find the same. Can't think of a solution offhand. The next variation is the same as the second one. Then the last two are more similar to what's going on, the variations that happen in the verse, particularly verse 1. I think the rest of the verses are a lot more like just the straight eighth version. So here we've got so just demonstrating that switching between eighths fill and sixteens. So any of those that you find awkward, you can just loop. And get them up to ridiculous tempos if you want. All right, so let's go back to that verse. As I say, in particular, the first verse has the most variation. Starts off the same, first three bars just eighth notes on the G, the F. Then we get to the C to the G. He's playing followed by then settles down, and then again at the end leading on to the chorus. Again he's pummeling that G note. So I think that the playthrough was the intro, first verse, chorus bridge, and the keyboard interlude the first time. As I said, the other verses are more straightforward, just the straight eighth patterns. Same goes for the rest of it. The keyboard interlude, there's 6 variations the first time. The last time, which is also the outro, there's 5 variations, and again I think most of them are there. He's just grabbing them as and when and switching them around. So that's Get a Grip.